Laura, and I'm joined today by author Lawrence Prestidge to talk about his brand new book, Can Such Things Be? It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. Great, thank you.
Good, good. So this is actually your fourth book.
The fourth book, yes.
Isn't it? Yes, lovely. What makes this book different from your previous ones?
I think this book's different because, well, firstly, it's not a novel like the other three books were, and because I wanted to make this book for reluctant readers, so a book that has sort of lots of different short stories in it. They all rhyme, very colourful, really big and bright pictures in it. And yes, that's what makes it different. Like I said, I really wanted to appeal to the kids that perhaps get a bit put off by reading a full-on novel, and just wanted to kind of write a nice laid-back book that they can enjoy and absorb.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of book that I'd have gone for as a
Yeah.
child, because I wouldn't have wanted to read a full-on book. So you've said that it's lots of different short stories and rhymes and things like that. Was that hard to think of inspiration? Was it hard to come up with so many different ideas as to stick into one thing?
I really, really enjoyed just thinking of all those different ideas. It's probably the most fun I've had writing a book. And it was just trying to think of different little things in my own life that I can exaggerate. There's the first poem in this book's about a magpie that likes to poo on things, and that came from just me being at the gym. I parked my car, I came back from the gym and I got back to my car and there's bird poo all over it. And so just using that and kind of thinking, okay, maybe I can try and think of somewhere I could write about this. And then being in Stratford-upon-Avon, I was writing recently and just thinking of the whole Shakespeare stuff. There's a little short rhyme about Shakespeare in the book. And yeah, so it was really fun just thinking of different ways to explore different stories and ideas.
So I've heard that the book is actually dedicated to an old college friend of yours, Tom,
Yes.
who sadly passed away last year. Did you have that in mind when you were writing the book that it was going to be dedicated to him?
Yeah, I didn't start out thinking I was going to write the book for Tom, but I mean, Tom passed away last year. When I was writing the book, because the book is very silly and it's probably the funniest book I've written, it just reminded me so much of Tom's humour and the kind of sort of toilet humour at some points that he used to like. And as much as this humour you can put in a children's book, I kind of went with that idea. And it just became more and more apparent as I was writing the story that it just made sense to make it dedicated to Tom.
So I'm assuming that his family know about that. How did they react to the book?
Yeah, it was really nerve-wracking actually mentioning it to them because we don't know if they'd like that or if we did too much of it. But it's just the first thing we did was show the illustration we had at the back of the book for him, and yeah, they got really emotional. As far as I know, they were really, really honoured and delighted by it. So it was really great to hear they were so touched by the dedication to it.
So would you have any advice for anybody who wants to get into writing children's stories and books?
Yeah, I think for children's writing, I think you've got to be funny, and if you can take something real, Terror the Switcher, for example, is based on a lot of things in my own life that I really, really exaggerated. And I think if you can take something real and try and make real memories that were kind of really funny for you as a child and really, really exaggerate them, I think kids really relate to that.
For this story, there was lots of things that, you came out of the gym and the magpie pooed on the car, and so you thought, right, okay, well, there's. But is there more of a process that you have where you sit and write it in a certain place, or where do you write your books and how does it all come to you?
I have to be quiet. I can't write at home because there's too many distractions, especially with the World Cup on recently. TV, and I turn my phone off when I'm writing. But yeah, I like to be somewhere that's quiet. So in a Costa shop, and I just like perhaps have some background music in the or library, just somewhere nice and quiet. And yeah, I just kind of go from there really.
Yeah. A little birdie told me that you're actually writing a fifth book.
Yes.
Could you tell us anything about that? Can I squeeze anything out?
A little bit. It's based. What I can say, it's based in a zoo, and it's about penguins in the penguin aquarium. And that's what the book's going to be based around, these penguins in the aquarium, how they adapt and what they manage to sneak out of the zoo. The kind of situations they get into with the other animals in the zoo. Yeah, that's what I'd probably say.
Okay. So did you have to do much research about that, with it being about penguins, about animals?
I mean, a little bit. Like I think with penguins, it was more of the type of penguins you have. So when you're trying to think of their appearance, their personality, and their character, just kind of getting images of the different types of penguins there are. But I didn't do much research. I did a very bizarre article that I read was there was an article from Norwegians. I think it was a Norwegian zoo that discovered 1 in 10 penguins are gay. I have no idea how they discovered. Did they play "I Want to Break Free" over the aquarium and anything like that? It was like, well, there's another one. I don't know how I discovered that fact, but yeah, so that was really interesting to read. But other than that, and sort of learning what sort of appearance-wise on the penguins, not too much.
Every day is a school day. I feel I've learned something new.
Yeah, penguins. Yeah, I think what it was, with the penguins, it was so two of the male penguins, they discovered one was giving gifts to another, and it was like, they bring them pebbles or something, and they kind of went, oh, something's going on there. But yeah, that's kind of where the theory comes from for gay penguin.
Brilliant. I've got to talk about one of your previous books, Terry and the Swedish Shark.
Yes.
Would you say that's probably one of your most successful books so far?
In terms of selling, selling, yes, it's the best-selling book out before.
Yeah, and I've heard that there's maybe a little bit of buzz online and things like that about it being created into some sort of stage, I don't know if it's a musical or...
Yes, a musical, yeah.
Yeah, is there anything you can tell us about that and when we might be able to see it?
Yes, so in terms of the musical, it's all ongoing at the minute, so we have a really fantastic director, Andrew Keats, that's a really big name. He has so much experience in theatre in London. There was an amazing composer, Gavin Brock, and Nicola Rivers is writing the script for it. And it's in a stage where we have like a sort of draft of the musical and the script, and we've shown bits in some of the theatres in London, some of the previews and stuff like that. And it's been really well received, and we have a lot of producers interested, but it's very much sort of ongoing and being rewritten. I can't really sort of say when and where yet, because I don't really know myself, but it's all really exciting, really encouraging, and the feedback we've had has been really fantastic. And just we've got to work with so many amazing kids that go to different theatre schools in London and stuff. And yeah, it's been really, really amazing. It's all just very exciting to see what happens.
So was that something that you had in mind when you were writing the book? Has it kind of all happened organically since, or?
It just kind of happened. Like, it was just one of these things where Gavin was interested in writing songs to it. It just all kind of, and I just kind of went, oh yeah, let's see what happens really. There's no harm in seeing where it goes. And it's just all really took off, and we've had some really, really big names interested in developing the musical. So it's really, really exciting.
They are, well, brilliant. Well, I hope to hear some more about that soon. I hope that I maybe even get to see it. It's been lovely to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.